Welcome, Genesis International College students, to this explainer. Today, we're zeroing right in on a totally critical part of your coursework. Specifically, Topic 2, Prepare Application Area for your CPCCPD3028 unit. We're going to be talking all about building the ultimate foundation for your decorative paint finishes. As you'll quickly learn your training, the success of literally any painting and decorating task depends entirely on how well you plan and prepare before you even think about picking up a brush. So get ready, because we are going to break down the exact steps you need to take to set yourself up for a high-quality result, all while working safely and efficiently.
Okay, let's just dive right into this with a question. What is the single biggest difference between an amateur paint job and a professional decorative finish? Seriously, think about it. What actually separates a high-end, jaw-dropping masterpiece, like an imitation marble column or a perfectly gilded ceiling rose, from a failed DIY project that starts peeling and bubbling a month later? Is it just a more expensive brush? Some secret paint formula?
Well, the secret is actually flawless preparation. It's a truth you'll carry throughout your entire career. The magic doesn't start with the paint itself. It starts with how well you build a protective shield of preparation before popping open a single can. If you look at the basic process for applying any decorative finish, prep completely dominates those early stages. You have to prepare and protect the area, the environment, and the surface itself. Without that solid foundation, even the most advanced application techniques are just going to fail.
To tackle this, we'll use a concentric circle strategy. First, the perfect finish foundation. Second, protecting yourself and others. Third, protecting surrounding surfaces. Fourth, protecting the work area. And 5, preparing the substrate canvas itself. So let's move right to our first layer.
Part 1, the perfect finish foundation, and Part 2, protecting yourself and others.
Steps 1 and 2 really bring us to the outermost layer of our preparation shield, and that's human safety. Look, a construction workplace is a high-risk environment. It's busy, it's noisy, and you're often dealing with hazardous materials. So before anything else, we have to secure the perimeter and secure you. Your very first line of defense is your personal protective equipment, your PPE. Your prep starts the absolute second you step on site. You got to always use the right PPE for the specific job. Do you need a respirator instead of a standard mask because of heavy fumes? Do you need specific gloves, eye protection, or hearing gear for this particular site? The really crucial point here is that just having the gear isn't enough. You must ensure it's fitted properly. It can't be loose, and it definitely cannot be at risk of falling off while you're right in the middle of applying a delicate finish.
To make this foolproof, here's a super easy mental checklist to just run through the moment you arrive. Step 1, put on that properly fitted PPE. Step 2, conduct a thorough safety check of the work area to spot any hazards. Step 3, set up your signage and barricades, like tape barriers or bollards, before you go any further, just so people don't accidentally wander right into your workspace. And Step 4, ensure adequate ventilation. This means opening windows and doors, firing up fans to push fumes outside, or utilizing HVAC systems. You just have to keep that air moving. Now we need to raise the stakes for just a second, because you aren't just painting a standard living room wall here. A lot of decorative finishes rely on oil-based paints and highly volatile solvents. A single spark or an unventilated corner can literally cause a fire or an explosion. No joke. You absolutely must actively avoid naked flames and other ignition sources. You've got to know exactly where the fire extinguishers are located at all times. Always review the safety data sheets and chemical labels. Look out for the hazard pictograms on the packaging, and make sure incompatible products are kept strictly segregated. This isn't just a paperwork exercise, it is literally life-saving preparation.
Which brings us to Step 3, protecting surrounding surfaces.
So, now that we've secured the outer perimeter of safety, let's move inward to the second layer of our prep shield, which is protecting the client's property. Once you and your team are safe, you've got to protect the surfaces surrounding your application area. And the strategies here are pretty much non-negotiable. You need to be taping off edges, tarping floors with high-quality drop sheets, removing vulnerable objects from the room entirely if you can, and securely covering anything that can't be moved. These steps act as your shield against accidental drips, splatters, and spills. And remember, you should always be monitoring these surrounding surfaces and tweaking your tarps and tapes as you work, just in case something shifts around.
Step 4, protecting the work area. Now we step even closer to the center of our shield, the immediate process area. We're focusing on the exact environment where the application magic is actually going to happen. Picture this. Imagine spending hours preparing a surface to apply a flawless, glass-like mirror finish. You've applied the primer, sanded it down perfectly, put on your intermediate coats, and you're finally laying off that last, perfectly smooth wet coat.
Suddenly, someone swings a door open, creating a draft that blows a massive cloud of fine construction dust straight across the room. That dust settles directly into your wet, highly reflective finish. Just like that, the entire job is completely ruined, all because of a draft. This is exactly why you have to keep the process pure.
To pull that off, implementing environmental controls is absolutely key. To protect your application area, you must make sure the space is completely free from dust, dirt, and any foreign matter. You need to reduce drafts drastically. If you're working in an area exposed to the elements, you've got to protect your work zone from weather and environmental factors. And hey, this extends right down to your gear too. You must use good quality brushes and keep all your tools and equipment clean and in excellent working order, because a dirty brush is going to sabotage your finish just as quickly as a dusty room will.
Step 5. Preparing the substrate canvas.
Finally, we arrive at the absolute core of our concentric circles. We've protected the site, we've protected the room, and we've protected the air. Now we're looking at the substrate canvas itself. Before embarking on any decorative finishes, whether that's broken color effects or stenciling, you absolutely must inspect the surface you'll be working on. You simply cannot create beautiful marbling or delicate gilding over a structurally flawed base. All the paint's going to do is highlight the imperfections right beneath it.
So here's your rapid-fire checklist of common substrate defects you need to hunt down and eliminate. You're looking for any chips or dents that need filling. You're checking for flaking or blistering old paint that has to be scraped and sanded away. Got any protruding nails? Hammer them in or yank them out. Check for high moisture content, because that will cause your new finish to fail instantly. The moisture content has got to be low. And you need to evaluate the adequacy of any existing filling and caulking. Essentially, you're acting as a detective here, sniffing out every single flaw. You can really see the stark contrast here. An unsound surface is basically doomed from the start. It's flaking, dented, holding high moisture, and it's dirty. Any finish applied there is going to fail, for sure. Compare that to a sound surface. A sound surface achieves the holy trinity of preparation. It's totally clean, perfectly smooth, and properly primed. You get there by vacuuming, using a dusting brush, or wiping things down with sugar soap to strip away grease before applying your primer. Any issue you spot has to be addressed to transform an unsound surface into a sound one before you even think about starting.
Which leaves us with one final, pretty exciting question. Is your canvas finally ready? If you followed these concentric circles of preparation, all the way from your PPE to site safety, from drop sheets to dust control, right down to sanding out that final tiny dent, then the answer is yes. You have created the perfect foundation. So take these steps, lock them into your workflow, and get ready, because in your next module, you'll be taking this perfectly prepared site and finally applying those incredible decorative techniques. Good luck, Genesis International College students, and we will see you in the next explainer.